Hi guys, so I'm coming at you all today with the first series of The Invisible Girl. The Invisible Girl is just a woman who has lived their pretty much entire life feeling like they're totally out of place in a society where they are not understood, they are not heard, they are not welcome, and they just feel like, was I born in the wrong era? I'm going to start this series definitely with honing in on many of my personal experiences. Don't worry about my real name. Just call me the Invisible Girl. I am an invisible girl in my 20s. And I'm currently living like the best way that I know how to handle life. I'm going to just jump right on in. In my first series, we're going to talk about mothers with strange relationships with their daughters. And when I say strange, typically when you think of a mother-daughter relationship, you think of one that is loving, that is caring, that is supportive, that is uplifting, that is just positive. But as growing up, I didn't experience that. I experienced quite the opposite. I never felt supported. I never felt love. One thing that I often had was money because of my mother, but never that emotional support that a young female, a young woman just needs. I'm gonna get right on in with some examples. I don't know if any of you all can relate, but I've had a situation where my mother actually put a man over me that to this day never makes me feel good as the individual. I'll never forget when she came home from work. I guess when she just met this man, she was ranting and raving about how he had the best skin, how he had perfect teeth, everything about him was just perfect. She stated no flaws about this man, and once I met him, I didn't like him. I didn't like him from the jump. It's not that I didn't give him a chance, but I saw the bad habits that he was bringing around my mother, like smoking weed. Although, I smoke weed right now, it's cool and all, but my mother has never smoked weed. So after being with this man, she started smoking weed, which I thought was very weird. She actually told me how she never wanted a daughter. She treated me as if I was never enough. I'll never forget we went out to eat at a pizzeria spot in our hometown, and I was finally just chuckling up with my other sibling, and we was just having a good time. And the man who my mom was dating at the time was in our presence, and she said to me, and I quote, "Oh, now you want to be a part of our family?" And I'm just thinking, like, what family am I now being a part of? What family have I not been a part of? What family do you and this man have? You're not married. You don't have any kids. So how can you exclude me out and put a man in my place? I don't understand that. That's something I just never understood. I never had that mother-daughter relationship. Even now, I can't go talk to my mom about my problems, about anything, because either she doesn't understand or she'll throw it in my face later. And that's just something that daughters don't need. Daughters don't anticipate when they go confide into their mother. They don't anticipate having that information thrown back in their face because it's very hurtful. Um, Staying on topic, I'll never forget when my family came to visit from out of town, and at the time there was this. I'm not gonna name the exact places because if I say you'll know where I'm from, I don't really want that. But they went to a very popping indoor amusement park, and I was actually, I don't know what I did, but I was locked in the house by myself. So while everyone went out to go have a good time, I was actually locked in a house by myself. And I was not in high school at the time. I was definitely in grammar school. And that definitely hurt me, the fact that you could actually leave your child. To leave your child locked in a house. I don't know. I really don't know what I did for that treatment. But I couldn't imagine locking my kid in the house and taking my other kids and taking someone else's kids to go have a good time. I just don't see that happening. I remember when I was sitting at the kitchen table trying to figure out a math problem, and I could not get the math problem right. And I was slapped repeatedly. Like, slapped. Like, slapped dead in my face. Like, just slapped. I had a handprint on my face. Because I couldn't get a math problem. I remember another situation where we didn't have school on a Monday or something for some holiday. I don't know, President's Day, I don't know. But I was hit in the mouth with a leash. At the time I had braces and blood just came gushing. Blood just came gushing out of my mouth because I couldn't get another problem right. I remember when I was a teenager and I ended up pregnant, and I still never had a relationship with my mom, so I could not discuss the options of me keeping a child. All I wanted to do was to abort my child because I knew nothing else. I was too embarrassed. I never had a bond to actually speak and actually gain awareness on what it means to get rid of a child that you will never see again, a child that will love you unconditionally. I never had that opportunity to do that. But I just kind of wanted to put it out there that it is so important for parents that are the same sex of your child, even parents of the opposite sex. But I do think it's more important for a mother and a daughter and a father and a son to have a bond that no one can ever come between. Because at the end of the day, as that mother or as that father raise a child up into being the proper being that they want them to be, a proper citizen of society, just a person who has self-esteem, one that loves himself. It is important to have that relationship because who else are you going to look up to for that guidance? People on the streets are not supposed to give a fuck about you, but at least your parents are. And when you don't have that, you will feel like a lost individual. So with the Invisible Girl, I just want to use this time to just speak out for women, for daughters who might feel like they've been left behind, who they feel like they've been cheated by the system, who feel like they have not been given a good advantage to advance themselves into being a phenomenal woman or man. I hope that you all find this channel inspirational. I hope that you all take heed in this channel. I just want to build a channel that builds off what we need as a society, no matter your race, no matter your age, no matter your religious belief. If parents of the same sex can just build and grow and treating their child like they are no other, this society as a whole, I think, will be a different place because kids wouldn't do things they don't have to do, like join gangs, like smoke, like acting out in school. Kids don't have to do stuff like that if they feel like if they're being loved at home. And love, yes, I was a kid. I got everything I could have ever imagined. I was very, 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 very spoiled when it comes to getting everything I needed and I want. But when it came to getting a hug, when it came to hearing I love you, I miss you, how was your day, you don't get that. So I hope that this channel just helps someone because I really do want to help people. And I want to help myself more importantly because even to this day, I don't have a great relationship with my mother. And I don't even know if I'm interested on fixing that. But I want to heal my heart. I want to heal my mind. I want to heal my body so that whenever I do get a chance to reproduce, that I reproduce in the best way possible. And there is no formula to being a perfect parent. But I think the key should be to be a loving parent. Not being a perfect parent, but being a loving parent. Because love can take you so far. And I just hope that this message today just helps somebody. My small story just help one just know you're not alone. That there are plenty of parents who, for whatever reason, just don't love their kids. And at some point, we just have to learn how to forgive our parents and give our parents that love that they never gave us. So I hope that you all tune in. I'm going to try to come to you all with the video as often as I can. But I want you all to know that you are loved, you are respected, you are wanted, most importantly. And you do not have to give a man or a woman your body, your mind or your soul for them to feel like that you are worthy. Thank you. Bye from the Invisible Girl.